Hi you guys, today I'm going to show you how to make these unbelievable fire roasted artichokes with a garlic dipping aioli. These are so incredible. If you don't think you like artichokes, just try them this way because I promise you, you will absolutely love them. My family loves these so much, it's almost like we're picking crab. We could just serve a huge platter of these and everybody just picks at them and eats them and just constantly dips them. So first things first, you have to prepare the artichokes. This personally is my favorite way to prepare the artichokes. If you have another way that suits you best, then go for it, do your way. But I like to cut off about until there's about an inch of the stem left, and then I cut off about an inch or so off the top too. Please make sure you have a really sharp knife. My knife, when I was doing this, was not sharp enough. I should have stopped and sharpened it, but I forged ahead and I had some problems cutting through the leaves. So that is the only thing I do to these when they are raw. And then it makes it so much easier to get the chokes out and everything after they've been cooked. So in heavily salted water, boiling water, I add 2 lemons and I squeeze the lemon juice in and then I drop in the lemons as well. And these were 3 very large artichokes. My normal recipe is for 4, but because these were so huge, I just did 3. So you drop them in, let them simmer, cover them, let them simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're fork or knife tender, until a knife can go through easily. So I'm going to roast some garlic for my dip. You don't have to do roasted garlic. I just felt like roasting some garlic, so this is how I do it. I cut the top off to where it's level. Drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top, salt and pepper, wrap it up in foil, and put it in a 400-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, but I'll check it then. It might take a little bit longer than that. And meanwhile, now the artichokes are out of the water, and they're so much easier to prepare when they're already cooked like this. So they're nice and tender, and what I want to do is cut them into fourths like this, into quarters. So just cut them in half and then in half again. And I'm using a grapefruit spoon because I just happen to have a set of them and they work perfect for scooping out that choke. And that's the fuzzy part with like the hairy texture to it and the purpley bits, and it's just really easy to just scoop that out and then they're prepared, and that's it. That's all you have to do for preparing these artichokes. It is so much easier than people realize. So once you have all those prepared, we'll go ahead and make the marinade for the artichokes, and this is just fresh garlic along with some fresh rosemary. Try to get fresh if you can. Lots of black pepper, some salt, and some balsamic vinegar. And then we're going to add olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Now you could use this as a balsamic dressing for like a salad or whatever. This is basically the same thing. If you wanted to just make the dressing, it is so good, you guys. But what I do is I put this on the artichokes in a plastic bag, a Ziploc bag, and then I let them marinate until I'm ready to grill them up, because these are already cooked, so we don't have to worry about them turning any different colors of brown or whatever. So just dump that marinade in and get it nice and well incorporated into all of those artichokes. And you can leave this in the fridge for a couple hours. You can leave it even for a couple days because, again, these are already cooked. So when you're ready to serve them, just break them out. It's a great prep ahead step here. So now let's get the garlic and squeeze that into a bowl. And I like to take, whenever I'm doing like adding roasted garlic to anything, I mash it with a fork first, because otherwise it's still going to be kind of like large chunks in your dressing or whatever you're doing. So once you mash it, then add some mayonnaise, just some prepared mayonnaise. I like Hellmann's. Hellmann's is my favorite, but use whatever your favorite is. And then add fresh parsley, finely chopped parsley, and some salt and pepper. Oh, and a little squeeze, like about a half a lemon squeezed, just the lemon juice, to brighten it up a little bit. You can also make a dip that is more of like a butter-based dip, a little bit less thick and more of like a drizzle. So you can take all of the components of this, and instead of using mayonnaise, use melted butter. And then you have the same kind of thing, same flavor profiles, just butter instead of mayonnaise. That is absolutely wonderful as well. And I always taste for seasoning, make sure it tastes good. Okay, so now we've got the artichokes on a fire. They're not called fire roasted for nothing. These are over a real hot fire. And we want to get them nice and charred because it just adds such great flavor to these. And you're only doing this for like a minute, probably tops. If your fire is nice and hot like it should be, you kind of flip them over, give it maybe 30 seconds, and then you're done. See, that one's nice and charred. It's done. That's it. Serve them with your roasted garlic aioli. And if you've never had artichokes before, you take each leaf off individually and dip that bottom portion in your dip and then scrape it between your teeth. And that's how you eat the artichoke leaves, and then you're left with the heart that you can eat whole. Enjoy!